Welcome to this absolutely cinematic explainer. Today, we're embarking on a totally epic, highly visual journey to explore one of the most profound and ancient texts in human history, the Shiva Mahapurana. We're going to completely unpack a universe of towering mythology, mind-bending cosmic physics, and some seriously deep psychological truths. So get comfortable and get ready to experience ancient cosmic wisdom like never before. Right off the bat, to really understand Shiva, we have to completely look past this idea of a simple deity just sitting up in the sky. As this powerful quote from Adi Shankaracharya perfectly illustrates, Shiva is the essence of consciousness itself. I want you to imagine a time before time, a total void, an infinite essence where there was no light, no darkness, no joy, no sorrow, nothing. The ancient Puranic texts tell us that way before the Big Bang, before literally anything manifested into reality, there was only this vibrating, pure consciousness. And that, fundamentally, is Shiva. Okay, let's dive into this because the scale at which this ancient text operates is absolutely mind-bending. You see, the Shiva Mahaprana doesn't view time as a straight line. Actually, scratch that. It's not a line at all. It's this massive, repeating, cyclical rhythm. Just look at the architecture of time here. One human year. That's just a single day for the gods. 12,000 of those celestial years make up what's called a Chatur Yuga. And 1,000 of those, well, that is just one single day for Brahma, the creator. We are talking about a time frame of over 40 billion human years for just one cosmic day. It's this massive, pulsating rhythm of creation and dissolution. It's just wild to wrap your head around. Now, within this immense, sprawling time frame, the whole universe is governed by three primary forces. First, you've got Brahma, who is driven by the active, restless energy of Rajas. He's constantly creating. Then you have Vishnu, driven by Sattva, whose job is maintaining harmony and preserving that delicate cosmic balance. And finally, you have Shiva, representing Tamas, or dissolution. But here's the fascinating part that people often misunderstand. Shiva's destructive nature isn't evil, not at all. It's absolutely crucial. He provides the necessary tension to balance out all that creation. Think about it. Without dissolution, without clearing away the old, there's literally no room for new life to grow. Now, what's really interesting is how all of that huge, sweeping cosmic philosophy gets packed into a single, highly visual, awe-inspiring image, the Mahayogi. He's usually depicted deep in the remote Himalayan mountains, a figure of absolute, unbreakable stillness. Yet at the exact same time, he's this wild ascetic, just dripping with raw, untamed power. Every single detail of his appearance is a carefully crafted symbol. It's all designed to completely shake up our usual, everyday human conceptions and propel us right into the unknown. So let's rapidly decode some of these divine symbols because they are fascinating. His blue neck, stained from swallowing a deadly cosmic poison to literally save the universe. That third eye on his forehead, that's the inner eye of the yogi. It burns straight through illusion and conquers desire. The crescent moon tucked up into his hair shows he is perfectly in tune with the rise and fall of those cosmic rhythms we talked about. He's smeared in sacred ashes as a stark, constant reminder of our own mortality. And those matted locks, coiled up like a shell, they're said to hold the raw kinetic power of the universe itself. It's a total paradox, right? He's a fearsome, wild ascetic, but also an all-merciful savior. Actually, let's talk about that blue neck for a second, because it comes from one of the most famous stories in the Puranas, the churning of the Milky Ocean. The story goes that when gods and demons were churning the cosmic ocean trying to find the nectar of immortality, this incredibly lethal venom emerged first. It was so toxic it's threatened to wipe out all of existence. So what happens? Shiva steps forward, drinks the poison, but purposely holds it right in his throat to protect his own body and the world outside. It's the ultimate act of selfless protection. He literally takes on the toxicity of the world so that everyone else might live. But here's the thing, Shiva doesn't operate in a vacuum. To have a functioning universe, pure consciousness has to interact with energy. And here we see the ultimate cosmic couple, Shiva and Parvati. Shiva is pure spirit. He's the eternal, unchanging being known as Bhava. Parvati, on the other hand, is pure matter. She's the divine energy, the Shakti, representing eternal, constant transformation, known as Bhavani. They are the opposite and complementary poles of existence. I mean, without her, he's totally static. Without him, she has no foundation. Their dynamic, beautiful union is literally the blueprint for all of creation. Let's bring this down to earth and see how this builds. Because this cosmic philosophy maps directly onto our own human psychology through the concept of Kundalini energy. This isn't just some abstract, ancient myth. Think of it like this. Parvati, representing your primal energy, lies coiled like a sleeping serpent right at the base of your spine. As you evolve spiritually, this energy starts to wake up. It rises, piercing through the chakras, which are basically our psychological centers of fear, desire, and hunger. She keeps us sending through your centers of communication and introspection, until finally, she unites with Shiva, pure consciousness, right at the crown of your head. The texts tell us that when spirit and matter finally unite within you like that, all duality just vanishes into pure bliss. And you know what happens when you mix this raw matter with spirit? This interplay gives birth to something truly beautiful. Take the story of Ganesha. According to the Puranas, Parvati created Ganesha from the literal dirt and materials scraped from her own body. He emerged straight from the dust of the earth. This is such a brilliant narrative punchline because it perfectly symbolizes how higher consciousness can beautifully evolve out of raw, basic matter. Ganesha represents that initiating spiritual power that clears the roadblocks from our path, proving that the divine can literally be shaped from the very mud of our everyday existence. So all of this matter and spirit, all of this creation and dissolution we've been talking about, it all climaxes in this one breathtaking cinematic form. Nataraja, the cosmic dancer. His wild, universe-shaking dance, called the Thandavanrita, is quite literally the rhythm of the cosmos. Picture this. In one hand, he's holding the drum of creation, and in the other, he's holding the fire of destruction. His flying locks are crashing into the stars, and his footsteps are shaking the very foundations of the earth. He is the ultimate personification of the continuous, pulsating interplay of birth and death.
And this brilliantly illustrates a connection that modern science is honestly just beginning to catch up with. The ancient sages described the universe as this pulsating projection of consciousness. Well, guess what? Today, quantum physics calls it the field of all possibilities. The ancient seers visualized Nataraja's cosmic dance of creation and destruction. Today, physicists working at massive particle accelerators literally refer to the continuous dance of subatomic particles. It's incredible. The ancient sages were using vivid, epic mythology to describe the exact same energy dynamics that our modern photographic techniques are revealing in particle tracks today. Talk about ahead of their time.
So, what does this all mean for you and me right here, right now? We hear Shiva called the Destroyer all the time, which, let's be honest, sounds pretty terrifying, but it's actually profoundly liberating. You see, Shiva doesn't just destroy universes at the end of some 40 billion-year cosmic cycle. He destroys pomposity through his absolute simplicity. He destroys the rigid, stubborn ego that traps us in our own personal cycles of pain and sorrow. This destruction is really just the removal of all those fearful influences that threaten our peace of mind. He's destroying the illusions that keep us separated from who we truly are. So the crucial point we're leaving you with is this. We all have an entire universe inside of us that occasionally just needs to be torn down so something better can grow. If the cosmic function of destruction is absolutely necessary to rid the universe of corruption and make way for new life, well, what must be destroyed within your own ego to find true peace? What outdated beliefs, fears, or attachments are you holding on to that are blocking your own spiritual evolution? The Shiva Mahapurana isn't just some dusty story about ancient gods. It's a mirror reflecting the vast, unexplored cosmos within your own mind. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer, and I'll leave you with that thought to ponder.